I'm Jerry Osondu Enoja, a legal practitioner. I want to say that 30th of May every year, when the Biafrans do their remembrance of their fallen heroes, is very, very vital and very, very necessary for every Igbo man, whether at home or abroad. It is important because 30th of May 1967, our great hero, Dim Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu, with the support of the stakeholders and the elders and leaders of thought in Biafra, declared the state of Biafra as a sovereign state. The state of Biafra then comprises of the present southeast and the south-south states. It was an unanimous decision, and it threw the entire citizenry of Biafra in those days into joy, because they saw Biafra land as the only place where their security, where their property and all they have are protected, where they are not hated but loved. And that is why, after 3 years of intense conflict with the federal government of Nigeria, with the active support of Britain and the Arab world, they were able to subdue Biafra territorially using military might to suffocate the young republic. But today, we all know that what made the Biafran Republic to come on board, what led Dim Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu and the elders of Biafra to declare Biafra, the system, the factors are not just in place, but they are increasing at the highest level. So today, it is important that after fighting the war for 3 years and a half, where we lost our friends, our loved ones, our parents, our youths, our mothers, it is important that we should remember those people who died so that we shall live. Many young men and women went to the battlefield in defending the territory of Biafra, in defending the lives of people in Biafra, and in defending the property of the Biafrans. So that these people, their effort will not be vain. So that's why we remember 30th of May every year as a day that's very peculiar to every person from the Biafran land. It is manifesting today. Their mind is that Biafra will not be. Their mind is to subdue these people. Remember that after the war, they said there is no victor, there was no vanquished. They also declared the 3 R's: reconciliation, rehabilitation, and reconstruction. But those things was just on the paper and was never implemented. So what's going on in their mind is, after following us structurally, because somebody may not be in the battlefield, but he's fighting a battle, like what will happen in Nigeria today. In every segment, in the army, in the navy, in the air force, in the police, in the civil defense, in the road safety, in the prisons, in the customs, in the immigrations, and every sector, people who are identified as the Biafrans, they are being marginalized, they are being oppressed, they are being removed from every place of influence and every position. So their mind is still, how do we subdue these people? But as long as they are doing it that way, you can see how the Biafrans are rising even outside the shores of Nigeria. Of course, you know many, like somebody like Professor Philip Magwala. You know his exploits in foreign land. Recently, one Obina from Anambra State produced the highest carburetor moving car on earth. So their mind is to suppress and to kill us. But God has been with us. The Chukwu Okike Abiyama we are worshiping, that God is consistent in answering our prayers. So that's why today we maintain that as long as we remain alive, we will not only continue to say that we are Biafrans, we will continue to teach our children every time, every now, especially on 30th of May every year. We are supposed to call every father, every mother will call their children and tell them that 30th of May is a unique day for everybody from within the Biafran land, whether you are in Nigeria or outside Nigeria. Tell them what happened, how some people plotted to exterminate this group called Igbo Nation. How some people plotted to exterminate the Biafrans, but it did not work for them. So that's why today that last time there was this allegation that some troops are coming inside the southeast. They are coming in droves of trailers, in buses, following bushes, hiding in rocks, hiding in mountains, uncompleted buildings, and all that. What is the purpose? What is their mind? Is to come in here, having failed to subdue Biafrans in their own homes, having failed to exterminate Biafra in 1967 to 1970. They are now coming to fight Biafrans again in their own land. So their mind have not changed. Their mindsets have not changed. They are still plotting and planning how to exterminate these people created by God.
What is your message to the governors of Igbo nation, Biafran nation? Because most of them don't really observe this 30th Remembrance Day of Biafran heroes. And what is your message to the governors of Biafran land as regards to Biafran freedom?
My message to them is simply this: they should look inwards. Most of them are old enough to have witnessed or have known the history of what happened between 1967 and 1970. So they should think home, and they should join hands with their brothers who are agitating for Biafra. They will stop vilifying them, classifying them as terrorists, because they are not. What transpired last time when they declared that the IPOB, they are terrorists, those things shouldn't be. OPC, they were killing people in Lagos, beheading people, causing violence here and there because of the issue of Abiola. Nobody, no Western governor, no Western leader tagged them terrorists. Even the Boko Haram people, no Northern governor has ever called them terrorists. It is clear they are abducting people, they are killing people, beheading people, invading villages and destroying things. Nobody called them terrorists. The militants, they rose up in South. They were doing all manner of things in the South to protect their interest and protect their oil, the property that God gave them. None of the South governors called them terrorists. But before you know it, our governors, they gathered and said that our own brothers who are saying that they are tired of what's happening in Nigeria, instead of joining hands with them to fight this cause, they are so afraid. They are so fearful to confront our problem. And until they return home and join hands with these people, they themselves, they are not safe. They are not safe. So the only thing, my message to them is that they should join hands. We are praying for them so that they will recognize what they are supposed to do. They should join hands with the Biafran agitators, because those who are agitating for the freedom of Biafra are doing it for the benefit of all of us. So they should join hands with them, use their position in government, organize our people, regroup our people, and support the agitation for Biafra.
Do you think, with the attitude or the body language of the governors of Biafran land, that Biafran freedom will come?
Look,
That Biafra with that, can Biafra be restored?
with what the Biafran agitators are doing, especially Nnamdi Kanu, the Biafran restoration must come to pass, whether they join or not. We're asking them to join so that they can be part of what is happening. Biafra is a mass movement. It is a clear mass movement all over Nigeria, outside Nigeria. You can see the kind of crowd they are commanding. So whether they join or not, Biafra restoration cannot be stopped. It has been designed by heaven, and Nnamdi Kanu has been raised to lead this campaign and to lead this crusade. And by the grace of God, with the support of other agitators, Biafra restoration is sure. But I want to point out something. You know, like I said, there are structural wars going on in Nigeria. I observe that these governors, it appears that there is an external pressure on them. If you look at the South governors, you don't have Southern Governors Forum, but you have Northern Governors Forum. So there is a pressure from the federal side that the South will not come together, because they knew that if the South are coming together as an entity, they can quickly and seriously give the Northerners and the presidency a very good challenge. That's why there is a pressure. So I advise them they should forgo that pressure and join their people, because they cannot go beyond where their people can place them. You remember that when the Fulani terrorists, the herdsmen, were raiding and ravaging people in the West, they quickly came together. They set up a committee of retired generals, senior military or paramilitary officers. They made investigation and discovered that there was 1,123 sellers from Ogun down to Kwara State and part of Kogi State, where these Fulani people are squatting. And a cell contains minimum of 30 to 50 persons armed. So they decided that was the reason why this Amotekun came on board. Amotekun means a lion. Amotekun came on board. They did not consult anybody. They took the risk. If we perish, we perish. But today, have they perished? The answer is no. But when our Southeast governors wanted to do that, they started consulting people that need not be consulted. Because what we are talking about is the security of our people and property. Today, there is infiltration in the Southeast, unchecked. So I advise those governors that they should, with speed, form a regional security outfit like their brother in the Southwest. Also, I want to thank our governor, His Excellency, Right Honorable Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, for the initiative to set up this forest guard, because they have been doing wonderful. They have been consistent in checkmating some kidnapping and rapes and destruction that was being inflicted on the people by the Fulani herdsmen. It has reduced drastically. So I think a regional security outfit would fit us better, so that they will complement the effort of these people and ensure that no forest, no bush in the Southeast is being inhabited by any person unknown to us.
Okay, so when all these things are going on, there are other agitators that are not really agreeing with the pattern of Mazen and Nnamdi. As we conclude, what message do you have for those that are really not really don't like his type of freedom fighting?
My message to them is just very simple. They should be patient with that young man. He is on a divine agenda and on a divine mission. Every leader must have his or her weaknesses. If they see that as his weakness, I think that should also be part of his strength. Nnamdi Kanu, they should be patient with him, because he is doing a very good job both locally and internationally. No other leader in Biafra has ever done what that guy has done. He has gone so far And my message to them is that let every other group agitating in their own way, in their own style, in their own method, let them mobilize and sensitize our people for the consciousness of this Biafran freedom. They should not be antagonistic to anybody. They should not be antagonistic to themselves or to Nnamdi Kanu or any other person. They should focus on what is their own mission and vision to ensure the restoration of Biafra. Everybody wouldn't pursue the same idea in the same way.
But should the aim and the mission be to restore Biafra?
Yes.
So why should they now begin to think differently?
The thing is this. You have seen preachers, let me make an analogy. You have seen preachers preaching the word of God. Somebody can pick Matthew chapter 24 verse 7 and preach in a different way. Another will take that same passage and preach in a different way. And they are all expounding and talking about the word of God. So I believe that
creates division.
It wouldn't. Remember in South Africa, when the ANC were fighting, we have other groups in South Africa. Buthelezi own, what's the other man's name? Nelson Mandela own. All of them were fighting for the freedom of South Africa to dismantle apartheid. At the end of the day, pressure was here and there. So if Nnamdi Kanu was so good in mobilizing the Biafrans, and also God gave him that grace, he travels outside Nigeria more than any other leader have done and mobilized international community. Presidents of countries, head of states, governments are solidly behind him, and the world is moving with him. So let each one according to his capacity. That's my message to them. Each one according to his capacity. Let there be no antagonism as long as they are pursuing one agenda, restoration of Biafra. South Africa did it and they had their way. Today, apartheid is no longer in South Africa. So if they continue pursuing it in different directions, at the end of the day, what we are looking for, we shall rejoice.
So with the effort of Nnamdi Kanu, when do you think that Biafra restoration will come?
Well, like I said, Nnamdi Kanu is on a divine mandate. It's on a divine mission. The issue is that he's only God in heaven. Like I earlier said, now that's Chukwu Kikabiama that created us. It's only God in heaven that knows the particular day. But with what is happening today at international level, I think the restoration of Biafra is soon. Because if not because of this COVID 2019, if Nnamdi Kanu had done that 1 million march in America, of course you know that by now we have gone into another phase. So nobody knows what will happen tomorrow. But as far as God keeps us alive, and I pray He do, that the restoration of Biafra will not be so far from now.
Thank you very much.
God bless you.